Dealing with different personalities is tough. Learn how to be a chameleon next. I am here with our amazing team member, super agent Lindsay Wark, and she is kicking butt and taking names so far. And recently, you went through a little bit of a tough transaction, not because of the transaction itself, but because of personality types. So why don't you share a little bit?
Sure. So as you know, I'm super expressive as a person.
No way.
I know. I like jump on things. I'm super excited. I'm like, go, go, go. But not everyone is like that. So I had this couple, and the husband was super analytical. He wanted the numbers. He wanted the facts. He had to go home and put it in his spreadsheet. And I was not sure how to go about that because it's so different for me. So I had to, I laid out all the information. You helped me coach through it a lot. Let them know, the facts, the closing costs. I gave them multiple different closing costs. I got the utility bills for them, kind of went through everything, and then I had to back off, which was really hard for me. I am always wanting to be texting or calling and kind of going through the whole thing, but I had to back off and just not let them process it in his own time, which was not my time.
Well, and think about this. So coming from an expressive person like Lindsay, or I'm a driver, I'm like, all right, let's just make a decision and move on with it. Or you see something like, I want it, let's go, like, let's get it.
Yeah.
And that's normal. And the challenge is if you don't adapt, you're alienating 75% of the population. So the timing, I think, is even the harder part here because we're in this fast-paced, incredible market.
Right.
So how did you have to kind of coach yourself not to push them too hard, because that might have cost you the sale and cost them the house?
Yeah, so I mean, knowing that they had to take nights to think on it, and giving them all the facts, that really helped me. So knowing that I did everything that I could was what allowed me to be like, well, there's nothing else more I can say except, are you ready? And that's not going to do anything. So knowing that I did everything I could and set them up the way that I needed to really helped, and then just kind of had to sit back. And I did let them know, this home has been on the market for a little bit longer. If we go into other situations, if this isn't the home for you, you may not get this opportunity again to go through all these facts and figures. So if this is a really important, aspect for you, take the time that you need now, but this might not be what we get to do in the future.
So it's great future pacing, and also a dose of reality. I mean, you're not doing your job if you don't share that with people. So how did you leave it with them with the follow-up? Did you say, hey, I'm going to call you at a certain time, you're going to call me? Did you set some parameters there? Because time still is of the essence, even in homes that aren't selling right away.
Yeah, so definitely. So, and I had been in contact with the listing agent, and I always make sure to be really, really communicative, because it doesn't help you at all if you're not. So I was really talking with the listing agent, and I let my buyers know, take the night to think about it. Let me know by tomorrow afternoon. We'll talk about it again. And actually it ended up being that evening because he was starting his new job and the moving. So it's a lot. People are dealing with a lot when they're moving into a new area and stuff like that. So, I have to understand that not everyone is ready to just jump in like I would.
Well, and I think that's reality, because we have this sense of urgency to close sales, and we know that the market's moving fast. And if you didn't do that, I don't think they would have responded well.
Yeah, no, I don't think so either. So, because I would, I'm friendly with the wife, and I would text her, and then maybe she would just be like, well, I have to wait for Brian. I have to wait. So it definitely was, I had to take a step back.
So real learning experience, and obviously it worked. You got him the house, but then you had another client that was almost exactly the same.
Yeah.
Was your approach different, or what did you learn the second time around? Because this was in a matter of weeks.
Yeah, I was just, again, up front, I made sure I had all the facts and figures to give them up front. I had been working with them for a little bit longer, so I kind of had figured it out, and we had done this a little bit. We had put a couple offers in before the house that we ended up getting, so it kind of was, I had already kind of known to just step back, let them go through it, give them the night. It's a lot for people, so, I learned from my first time.
Well, what I love here is that your approach got better the second time. You still got it done the first time, and more importantly, you had empathy for the situation, because it's stressful buying and selling these properties, and a lot of people don't realize that. So anything else or advice you have for people watching where they have someone that's a different personality type that they have a tough time dealing with, knowing what you know now, what would you tell that agent?
I just learn about the other personality types. I think we all did the disc review, so learning about the different personality types and understanding that you are not everyone. Like there's going to be people out there that do things completely the opposite way from you, and just understanding that there's no right or wrong way. It's just a different personality.
Great advice from a real closer. Lindsay, thanks for coming on, and she is kicking butt, so if you need to reach her, here's her info.